Not everything that looks like a turtle needs to be a turtle or related to turtles, such as the placodonts, which went extinct in the Triassic period. Here you can see their skulls with their enlarged teeth for crushing shellfish. These were not turtles, nor were they related to turtles. They simply had a turtle-like shell. Then one could ask the same question of modern turtles. They certainly look different from each other. Soft-shell turtles look different from most turtles. The sea turtles are obviously adapted for marine life with flippers in a way that most turtles are not. Many tortoises are adapted for life on land in a way that most turtles are not. The alligator snapping turtle is huge compared to many turtles, which are much smaller in size. Are these turtles related? And if so, how? In addition to testing anatomical features and looking for similarities which unite turtles, one can also then test their DNA, compare sequences of nucleotides or perhaps sequences of amino acids and proteins. Now, if one were to take a set of turtles, such as these for example, and compare their molecules, it could be observed that there are absolutely no similarities between any of them. It could be that turtles are unrelated to each other. It could be that some turtles are related to each other and would form biological groups, but that certain groups of turtles would be unrelated to other groups of turtles. That is certainly a possible conclusion from the data. Genetic analyses of turtle DNA can be useful then to answer some of these questions. If turtles are related to each other, what are the interrelationships? Are some groups or families more closely related to each other than others? What branching patterns suggest the evolution of the turtle group? Creationists suggest that potentially some turtles are 100% unrelated to other turtles, that they have no relationship other than perhaps being in small kinds which are unrelated to other kinds. When one compares the anatomy and the genes of turtles, one observes that there are some species more closely related uh, to other species than they are to most turtles. These are placed in the same genus. And then some genera are more closely related to other genera, and these are placed together in the same family. And so there are a number of turtle families representing groups of turtles more closely related to each other than to turtles outside their family. Here is an example of a genetic study which compared the most complete set of genomic data available at the time for turtles. It was the first genome scale comparison of more than 2,300 sites in turtle genomes using more than 1.7 million base pairs. And it found that in addition to turtles forming families with other related turtles, that then families were related to each other. And so genetically there is a connection between turtles, but that this set of connections formed what's called a nested hierarchy of groups within groups. Some families of turtles are more closely related to each other than to other families of turtles. And we could introduce a number of taxonomic categories such as superfamilies and suborders and infraorders to show that there is this branching pattern of relationship reflecting the evolution of the turtle family tree, with various branches coming off at different points, resulting in some modern lineages being more closely related than others. And so, in addition to the suborders of the cryptodires, which can retract their necks, and the plurodires, which cannot, there are then a series of relationships with certain families being more closely related to each other. In addition, genetic analyses indicate that turtles are not only related to other reptiles, but to varying degrees, being more closely related to some reptiles than others, and then some amniotes than others. Reptiles are more closely related to turtles than mammals are to turtles, for example. And so turtles evolved from ancestral reptiles to whom they were related. And then different lineages of turtles then gradually branched from the family tree in the long history of turtles as indicated by the genetic relationships between them.